Hi, Eric Gibaud, ericgibaud.com, and today my 5 tips, advice, photography tips I should say, for October 2019. Let's start. Well, the first tip is not mine, it's a tip Antonio J. Garcia sent me. Well, last month I spoke about how to attract the attention of kids when you make picture of kids. And very often they looked on the side, all this. And he told me that what he's using, I looked for one today, I could not buy any because I didn't find, but I didn't have much time to look in several shops. What he's using is a small PEZ candy dispenser. I put you a screen capture of the online shop of PEZ. And you see this, you have the small head, and then you have the dispenser with all the small candies inside. And actually, if you look at the base, you can actually put it in the hot shoe of your flash hot shoe. So it means that if you're not actually using a flash, or if you're using a trigger and you have a hot shoe on top of the trigger, you can put it there. So the kids see this on top. If the kid was not too keen on having his picture made, you can actually tell him, pick the one you want, I will play with this one. He's looking at this small cartoonish character, and so it keeps his attention. So I thought it was really easy. I think it's fun, it's not very expensive, so I think why not try if the kid is not looking at the camera. This is a good way to have him look at it. Second tip, I advise you to use sock. I didn't say socks, well you could use socks, but more than 2. So here, as you can see, I've got a sock here. Okay, and why? Because when we put our lens in the bag, very often it's not very easy to get them, and because they may be deep in there or this. But if you use a sock, in this sock, I actually have a lens. Okay, so it's in your bag. And you have the top of the sock. That's obviously make sure you must know which lens is in which sock, otherwise you have to pull them, all them out. But you put it in there, and then you pull out of the bag, and you have your lens in there. The good thing is also, if it's a bit thick, it protects the lens, keeps a bit of dust out of the way. So I think this is a very easy way to use a sock for that. Third tip or advice, I told it several years ago already, and the future of every camera that is used without any strap is the same. The floor is broken. You must use a strap. That's simple. I know some people say, no, I keep it in my hand really well and I hold it tight. Yeah, but you'll be walking and then you fall, and you will or you will fall on the camera and break your wrist and also the camera, or you will get the camera loose, it will be broken anyway. And I know some people, they tell me, yes, but what I do, I get my strap around here this way, like this, and I don't even know how they do that because it falls for me, okay, and it doesn't fall on the floor. But it's the same thing as having nothing, because if you actually fall, you will fall on it, and you will break your wrist and you will break the camera. Unless you have a really small camera and you have a small wrist strap, like even small Leicas, like Cartier-Bresson was using that. Normally, the strap, you look at any famous photographer, you look at them, and most of them, I would say 99% of them, they have a neck strap, always. I know there are some straps like the Rapid, I don't know what, you put on the side. I've seen people breaking the mount here. Why? Because they go walking and then boom, it hurts, it bumps in the wall or whatever, and then it breaks the lens just here, and you break actually the lens and the camera. I know some people think it's really fancy to use this thing. You have 2 cameras, all this. Even when I use 2 cameras, I've got 2 cameras from my neck. It's not handy, that's true, but this is the only protection that is really that really works. So if I'm walking on the street, I've got the strap around my neck, and I've got my hand on top of the in front of the lens. Always, always, always. This is the only way to really protect your camera. I know that many people sell this fancy strap, but they all, for me, they all are crap, honestly, because I've seen so many cameras broken. Even I remember a guy who had this rapid stuff, and the screw here broke. It went on the floor, it was broken. But even if you use an X strap, I recommend you always check from time to time that the strap is in good condition, and the small holders here, the small system to lock it, is in good shape, in good condition, is not damaged, because it could also break, okay? But honestly, always use at least something. But if it can be a neck strap, always better. Fourth advice or tip, I think you should spend time on your bad pictures. Very often we go and make a shooting, or go on a trip, or make many pictures, and then we select 10, 15, 20 of the pictures we think that are the best. When people are starting, beginning, very often they think all the pictures are good, but assuming they realize that they are not are good and they do select the best one, they don't spend any time analyzing the bad ones. And this is very important, to look at your bad pictures. This is the only way not to repeat the same mistake. You must check your picture, analyze your picture. What is this? What was wrong with that? What did I do wrong? Very often you will notice it's a series that, like, you're doing some landscape and you realize the horizon is always twisted, and you realize that you must better that, or because in a situation of such or such light you're not lighting properly, or whatever. And this is only analyzing your bad picture that you'll get better. So it's very important that, especially when you start, spend time on your bad picture and try to understand why they're bad. This is the only way to step by step, bit by bit, stop making these mistakes and have to make less picture to get the right ones. Tip, advice number 5, if after 3, 4, 5 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, doesn't matter, you feel your way you edit your raw files, or the way you edit your picture, or the way you whatever you retouch a picture is better than it was before, why don't you look for your best past picture, and maybe you don't like them anymore, and it probably is due to the edition or the way you develop the raw, whatever. And maybe the raw file is fine, or the original JPEG, if you worked in JPEG, maybe it's in good condition, and it's just because the way you did it, and then you messed it up. So why don't you get the original out of your hard drive and make a new version, a new edition? This is the same as when they remix or resample records and songs or movies. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? If you think that picture was good, but now you don't like it so much because of the way, the tone you gave to it, or the colors you give to it, why don't you edit it again? And I think you can give a second life to your old best picture that you don't like so much now, and you could make this remake and edit it again. Well, that's it. These were my 5 tips, advice for October 2019. If you think it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a small button down here, and also a small bell. If you click on it, you'll get notified when I upload a new video. My website, ericgibaud.com. If you have any question, you can leave a comment below or send me an email to info@ericgibaud.com. Below, I also put links of my gear on Amazon, and also links to other parts of my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Bye.